When Tim and I record an episode, we are mindful of it having many purposes. We want to keep a living record of our friendship, and that has been super fun. We want to get better as writers, so we naturally talk about our own work and what matters to us in our journeys, and you get to come along for the ride. But there's also an instructional component where we want to teach ourselves, and by extension, teach you, about the craft of writing quality fiction. I do listen back to old episodes regularly, and I'm fascinated by how some of my hard and fast opinions have changed over the past few years. Change is a good thing. Ultimately, I recognize where my old process was encouraging me to only write when I was inspired, or bleed out perfect text rather than trust the process over multiple revisions, or embrace flat characters as a stylistic choice instead of seeing it as just an excuse to avoid mining my own experience. But one of our bigger goals is to provide you with new tools to put in your writing tool belt. We want to use our experience as object lessons in what to do and what not to do as you develop your writing skills. That's why we read stories into the record and critique them together. This way you get examples of how we manage to remain supportive while being honest and delivering tough news. When we share our inadequacies, shortcomings, and failures, equally with our confidence, our expertise, and our victories, we intend to show a complete picture of a writer in progress. Tim and I see value in showing the good and the bad. We don't pretend to have all the answers, but it is encouraging how often our independent advice is echoed by our interview guests, who have much more success than we do. Tim and I feel like we're on the right track, and we hope you feel that way as well. After re-listening to our most recent interview with Bethany Jarmel, both Tim and I independently started thinking critically about how to get better as professional writers. Tim saw advantage in not rejecting yourself. Make the Lit Journal do that. Don't do it for them. So Tim started sending out more copies of his story than he might have usually done. And you know what? In just 2 weeks' time, Tim earned 2 new publications to his credit. I was struck by some of the hidden record keeping that Bethany described and decided it was time to up my organization game. I've started a list of my completed works for my own records. I've downloaded the ranked list of 1,000 literary journals she recommended that was painstakingly assembled by Brecht de Porter. I owe that man a coffee. And I added the concept of the turn to my critical eye. That idea is not new, nor is it unique to Bethany, but having it expressed so succinctly was a plus. I was ready to apply that passive feedback for 2 reasons. I am honest enough with myself to spot flaws in my work, and I'm brave enough to do something about them. These are all steps you can take as well as we start to wind down 2024 and plan for our success in 2025. We should all make plans on what we will do to improve and what goals we want to accomplish by the end of next year. My plan for 2025 is simple. I will establish a regular writing schedule. Professional writers make a writing schedule and stick to it. So should I. I will be more organized in my completed and in-progress works. This will keep me from waiting on inspiration alone to get stories over the finish line. I will dedicate time to submit work for publication. So far, I've been rather scattered and haphazard in that area. A professional writer tackles this as part of their job. I will expand my reader circle to 9 beta readers. I want to get more feedback on my work to have more confidence that it is done before I send it out for consideration. Lastly, I will pick 2 stretch goals, things that are difficult to achieve, maybe even unlikely to happen, but are within reach. I might pick dream journals to be accepted in like Bethany and Tim have done, or I might choose a personal stretch goal to finish my novel. I haven't decided yet, but it has to be something I really want so I can stay motivated to accomplish it. One goal that will make the list is exciting to announce. Tim and I are looking to start our own series of workshops where we can work directly with you to improve your writing skills. Tim's list of publications is expanding so quickly, and he has an extensive background in writing and acting workshops. I have almost 25 years' experience in learning and development, specifically in adult learning. My writer's competency map and my MFA degree provide a solid framework for approaching fiction writing. Working together, Tim and I feel we can bring a level of instructional design and professional expertise to make any workshop worth your time. Best of all, we are starting small. We are currently accepting waitlist applications for our 1-hour online workshops, which will mirror the competency map topics and include strategies for success and guided practice. Cost is just $20, and seating is intentionally limited as we pilot the workshops. We are really excited to bring this to you in 2025, a low-cost, high-impact way to supercharge your writing. Send an email to TiffinInnWritingWorkshop@gmail.com to add your name to the waitlist. As you advance on your writing journey, take this time to wrap up 2024 with me and Tim. Make your plan for 2025 along with us. Whatever Tim and I can do to keep you motivated, we're happy to help. See you next week. Start writing.